back. Today we're going to be unboxing the brand new IQON AG10 aggressive skate boot. But before we do that, I want to say a huge thank you to Brian Ferry for reaching out and asking if I wanted to unbox and skate his AG10s. And so this video would not be possible without Brian. Brian originally reached out, asked if I'd be willing to basically plug his ad where he was selling his Razor shifts to help offset the cost of these not so cheap new IQON skates. Well, it sounds like he found a buyer, but he was still willing to send them out to me to do the review, which is super awesome of you, Brian, thank you. But he asked me to plug something else instead. And so there is a gentleman up in Austin, Texas, who is taking donations to donate skates and skate parts to the Philippines. And so I'll link to everything in the description below that I talk about today. So if you want to help get some skates and skate products over to the Philippines so we can help our brothers and sisters over there keep rolling in the Philippines, then definitely check out the link below. That would be super awesome. I'd really appreciate it. And thank you again, Brian, for letting me skate your skates today. And one last thing before we get into it, Sam Brownlee, who's a great friend of the channel, is coordinating the Blue Ramp Blade Bash, which is here in San Antonio, Texas. It's Saturday, May 21st. If you can make it, I'd love to skate with you. Would love to have you come out and just jam, because there's gonna be all kinds of sponsors right now. There's, SF brand, Carriers, BMAG, Ground Control, there's all Triple C brand. There's a bunch of sponsors, donating prizes and etc. to the Best Trick contest. And so I'll link to the flyer down in the description so you can check it out, but I'd love to have you come out, win some awesome prizes, and jam with us out here in San Antonio. So if you can make it, would love to see you there. So I'm really excited to unbox and review the new AG10, because I've been skating the AG20 here, but because my foot sizing fell in between, kind of on the sizing chart, right? It was kind of between an 8-9 and a 10-11 boot size. I opted to go for the smaller boot size with a larger liner, right? And so unfortunately, because I skate an 8-9 Razors Cult, and I can do it just fine with thin liners. One thing to note before we get too deep into this is that if you're between sizes on the IQON skates here, and this is just my experience, right? Like your mileage may vary, but if you're in between sizes, I would recommend that you err on the side of larger than smaller, because these are significantly too small for me. So I don't want you to spend all kinds of money on some awesome, amazing skates and not be able to skate them because they're too small. So I'm kind of doing what I can to make these fit right now, but just something to keep in mind. Okay, so if we go over to IQON's distributing company, disroyal.com, and we go to shop, we go to IQON and go to skates, we'll see that they have 3 different boots to choose from. The IQON AG10, which is the one we're gonna be unboxing today, and then hopefully skating just after that in the next video. And then the IQON AG20, which is effectively the plastic version of the AG10, right? And then they also have the TR10 boot, which is the full carbon fiber fitness boot that they're offering. And you'll see that they're all boot only. They don't come with frames, wheels, etc. And the AG10 comes in at a price point, at least right now as of the recording of this video, at $648, which isn't for everyone. But if you're looking for effectively the Ferrari of rollerblades, you'd be hard pressed to find something with more, I guess, cutting edge technology here. So we'll go ahead and read the narrative here, the description on the AG10. IQON's premier aggressive skate, the AG10, is a masterpiece. Engineered with a lightweight and nearly indestructible carbon shell that's reinforced with Kevlar and completely heat moldable. The skate's carbon cuff, a first for aggressive skates, delivers unmatched support and control, while the new Prime liner from MyFit further improves comfort even during the most intense skating sessions. The skate is made of only the highest quality materials that are also eco-friendly, with the goal of offering a sustainably manufactured skate without compromising on quality or performance. You're going to love grinding on the new IQON AG10. Its sole plate is a legendary one made of nylon and glass fiber, making it slide faster and last longer than other skates out there. All right. And included, kind of a cool little note, extra buckle and extra side protector is in the box, and shell sizes are in single sizes. Okay. All right, I think that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and open these things up. so lots and lots and lots and lots of stickers. Just like when we unboxed the AG20s, no shortage of stickers in the house, that's for sure. So you'll be able to put these all over the place. Oh, nice little thank you note. Yep, really cool, gotta love it. Nice little personal touches. Okay, so we'll set all of this off to the side for Brian. Come with this little sort of informational card on, I believe it's just the decode frames, different ways to rocker them, different information. Set that up to the side. And it comes with a skate manual that kind of shows you how to, you know, perform maintenance on your skates, how to care for your skates, and in a bunch of different languages as well. Really high quality booklet here. All right. We'll open this one up. I think these are the boot sliders. That's what they sound like. And a, whoops, and a skate tool. Yep, so these come with the AG20s as well, but these little boot sliders, along with the hardware that you'll need. So if you want to use these, whoops, you will have to drill holes to use the required hardware for these kind of boot protectors if you want to use those. And they have right and left that shows you on those. So before I lose anything, I'm gonna put all this actually back in its baggie. All right, and so I assume that these are the extra buckles. That's what they feel like anyway. Okay, cool. Yeah, so they come, I believe, and we'll take a look here in a second, but they come with like Velcro straps. And so they come with these hard buckles that you can install as well if you want to use the buckles. We'll probably just leave the straps that are on there and just skate them the way they come. I'm just gonna assume this is the same thing. I can tell it's the same thing. All right, so we'll just put these off to the side. All right, now the grand finale here. Boy, she is pretty. All right. Yep, seems to be, you know, just feeling in my hands, these definitely feel a lot more my size. Those last AG20s felt like, when I just held them in my hands, they felt like kid skates almost. So I'm pretty optimistic that these ones are actually gonna fit. So, whoops. They come with these really nice gels. So like we talked about, they come from the factory with basically two Velcro straps. One for the upper Velcro, or the upper kind of support, and then one for the 45-degree Velcro strap. So again, you can swap this one out with that hard plastic buckle if you so choose. And so let's just go down it really quickly. So they come with these MyFit Prime liners, which are really nice. They come with this big fat PU, like injection molded tongue, or I'm not sure if it's injection molded, but it's like, I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's basically, it keeps its shape really well, and it is a huge fat liner. And the insides of these skates, again, like just like the AG20s when I unboxed them, like everywhere you touch, it literally feels like exceptional quality, literally on every single part of the skate. So you can, I mean, once you actually feel these, it makes sense why they cost what they do, in my opinion. They just extremely high quality, extremely like amazing attention to detail. So I'm not trying to hype these up or anything. It's honestly how I feel just holding these, especially compared to Colts that are about as basic as you can get. But anyway, we'll move on. So we'll kind of pull out the liner here in a second, but we'll just get some close-ups of the kind of hardware, the carbon fiber cuff. So on the AG20s, they have an insert that goes in and actually provides more support, but because these are carbon fiber and should be stiffer, I think that these are gonna provide a little bit more support just because of the nature of the material itself. It's stiffer and lighter. All right, so some nice little accents that we already kind of took a look at. It's a nice carbon fiber heel there. And this is like some really heavy Cordura material here. And they took some really significant strides to protect this kind of toe box, this toe area with this, well, I can't remember which one is like this ballistic material, but it's really nice stuff. And then the laces are non-laced, kind of round laces that go on these eyelets that I guess, you know, help assist in quicker lacing, if you will. The liners, we'll pull out the liners, but the liners have these eyelets. And so in the AG20s, I opted to actually use a second set of waxed laces in these because I wanted a little bit more support, but we'll find out how these work today. And then you can see that they have these additional eyelets on the boot itself, so you can, in theory, I guess, control the amount of support that you want. Maybe you lace them all the way up, maybe you don't, right? So again, from what I understand, these carbon ones are gonna have quite a bit more support, which I've heard people say that might be good for, you know, transition skaters or like big park, you know, park skaters where you might want a little bit more support. But, you know, I know people, some of the team riders skate these street and absolutely crush it in them too. So just something to talk about there. All right, and then the sole plate. You know, I think this sole plate has been around for a long time. Injection molded, glass fill, glass injected, whatever they said. Slides really well. I can tell you from the AG20s I've skated that they slide really well. They have these curved, not curved, but angled sort of sole plates. Kind of hard to tell, but when I saw that on the AG20s, it blew my mind, because again, I'm not super familiar with any like USD 7s or carbons or anything like that, which I guess this is all basically the same sole plate or pretty close to it. And like before, they have these pre-drilled holes, but they aren't used. They're just held on by the frame mounting hardware here. All right, and so we'll pull the liner out really quick so you can take a look at that. You can hear the heel pad in there trying to pull off. So just taking a quick look at the inside of the boot, you see that there's no exposed hardware really at all. I mean, even down in here, that's the bottom of the boot. That's not like a footbed, that's, you know, that anything like that. And it's all this really soft microfiber material. Like, it really feels very plush and feels really nice. Okay, so we'll take a look at the liner. Like we could hear pulling this thing out, it comes with a size specific heel pad that Velcros on the bottom of the liner. Has these little gel, like anti-slip little grippers here so your boot doesn't slide around as much. Some different reinforced kind of materials on some of the high wear points, some of these more gel beads to keep you from slipping around. I really like the stitching here. They have this one continuous piece of like nylon that goes around, so there's absolutely no real threat of pulling these off no matter how hard you wrench on them. It's literally one thing. The tongue I mentioned before is absolutely gigantic and it's amazing. It's huge, it's pillowy. Like I mentioned in some of the other videos, like the Mesmer video, it's like a stress toy. You really just want to squish it like for an excessive amount of time. But it has these ventilation holes in there too to kind of help keep you more ventilated. And I know the footbed I mentioned on the AG20s, this is a really robust footbed, really thick, lots of shock absorption you can feel in there. And that pretty much does it for the all carbon IQON AG10 aggressive skate boot unboxing video today. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'll link to everything down in the description below if you want to go check these out. But yeah, we're gonna bolt on some frames, some ground control frames with some John Fromm red-eye wheels, and we're gonna go skate these right after this. So stay tuned for the first session video on the IQON AG10s. If you did like the video, consider subscribing to the channel and giving the video a thumbs up if you did like it. And we'll see you on the next video, Roller Booters. Take care. Which one of these videos looks more interesting to you? This one or this one? Click one to support the channel and to support rollerblading, and I'll see you there.